Hey guys, my name's Gen, and welcome back to Post-Plan Chat. Today's news dates all the way back to 2020 regarding the Singaporean team resurgence of their 2020 roster, specifically on Germsg and dreamycsgo. Hey there in Post-Plan Chat, I am from the future, and I apologize for any inconvenience, but we wanted to clear things up. The 5 players in the Resurgence 2020 roster that played were Germsg, banned for 36 months, Ballplek and Jab the Boy, banned for 12 months, Benaf and Mordecai, banned for 6 months. Alright? And then we have the third parties, dreamycsgo, who provided capital for Germsg's plan, banned for 36 months. And then we had Kalel, a whole different other player, okay, who provided evidence about the match fixing. Alright, crystal clear. Let's get to the video. That's right, if you've heard of these names before, they've dipped down under the radar. But well, recently, it has resurfaced. Back in September 2020, there were suspicions which finally ended up into allegations with the Valorant Ignition series event upon the match between Resurgence and Blackbird Ignis in the EPOL's Royal SEA Cup. Kalel, a Valorant player in Singapore, was not happy with the actions of a fellow Singaporean player, Germsg. Kalel released a Google Doc last April 2021 that provides evidence of Germsg allegedly match-fixing his games for some extra dough through betting. Now that's a big no-no in Riot's rulebook. If any of you know of Germsg, he is pretty good in his Valorant games. He's a good clutcher. However, in the match between Resurgence and Blackbird Ignis, a best of 3, Blackbird Ignis took the win 2-0. And in both games, Germsg got a total, in the 2 games, of only 16 frags. Regarding this surprise, Germsg told an unknown party that he wasn't even trying, and using that Blackbird Ignis match as a reference. In the document that Kalel exposed, you see Germsg betting 3,000 Singaporean dollars for Blackbird to win that match 2-0. Sound fishy yet? Well, Riot was pretty quiet about the matter at the beginning because who knows what's going on internally really. They are kind folk that would consider maybe a player just having a bad day. But with so much evidence being brought up now to light that maybe even Germsg has been match fixing ever since, they were quick to start the investigation and suspended the players in question back in April this year, pretty much just a day after the document was released from Kalel. And in the investigation, guilty as charged, they found Germsg being the brains who even informed his team, while dreamycsgo being the capital. The rest of the roster did not want to throw the match, and they did a good job hiding it from their management. Because obviously, you wouldn't want the higher-ups to know any about this. After that match against Blackbird Ignis, the roster was pretty much disbanded the following month. Germsg's teammates weren't really happy with his actions and even rejected a payoff from him. However, if you're a member of that team with that much knowledge of what happened, you are not going to be able to get away scot-free. The officials take these things very seriously and will not tolerate any kind of this behavior. As such, the penalty for Germsg and dreamycsgo for violating Section 7.2.1 and Section 7.2.4, which are rules of the Valorant Global Competition Policy that states about match fixing and gambling. They will be banned from VCT for 36 months. The ban has been considered to have begun with their original suspension date, which was back in April 2021 this year, while for the rest of that roster, knowing that they were aware of the situation and kept it themselves instead, they will still receive a penalty, but not as heavy as the main 2. Their penalties were reduced for pretty much how much they know and their cooperation with the investigation, which leads to Ballplek and Jab the Boy, 2 players from the roster, to be banned from VCT for 12 months, and Benaf, the remaining player, to be banned from VCT for 6 months. The penalties have all been considered to have begun with their original suspension date, like the two main culprits. April 22, I believe, 2021. So with that said, people out there for the Valorant scene, let's be careful not to break any of the rules that Riot has pretty much given to us. We'll see you in the next news. And I'm not gonna do it again.